Rational numbers. What is a rational number? A rational number is all numbers that can be written in the form of a fraction where m and n are integers. N is excluding 0, so is a rational number. So any fraction is a rational number, and any decimal that can be written into a fraction is a rational number. So let's do a couple of examples. So it says here, write three rational numbers between the two rational numbers stated. So here we have 125 hundredths, $1.25, and negative $3.26. So any two numbers between those two. First thing is you locate them on a number line. So let's say I have a number line. I have 0 here. I would have, if I have, let's say, 125 here, hundredths, and I would have this one here would be, well, actually, let's move this one here a little closer, just so it makes more sense. There you go, somewhere around there. And this one here would be around here, negative 3 and 2600. So three numbers between. So we have 0 already. I always like to use 0 because it separates my positives and my negative. So three numbers. So 0 would be 1. 1, sure. 1 would be here. We would have, let's say, negative 1 around here. And negative 2, sure. So those are rational numbers. Uh, Integers are rational numbers because 1 can be written as 1 over 1. It can be written as a fraction. Same idea. Here we have negative 25 hundredths and negative 26 hundredths. So you would want to write 3 between those two. Well, here you're going to have to go to thousandths because there's no hundredths between 25 and 26. So you're going to have to write this one as 250 thousandths, and this one here as negative 260,000. So 3 that would be between those two would be 251, 252, and 253, all being negative, and so on. So those, we just need 3. I just took the 3 first thousandths between those two. And the last one here, you would want to write 3. Well, I suggest you change these into decimal. So to change this into a decimal, negative 1/2, half is what's half of a dollar is 50 cents. So you write that as 50 cents. And a quarter, how do you write that? What's a quarter of a dollar? That's 25 cents. So any amount of money between these two is fine. So again, we can use a number line to illustrate this. So if I have, let's say, a quarter here, 25 cents. Let's say I have a 0 here, and 50 cents would be twice the distance, negative 50. So any three numbers between those two would be fine. I have 0 here, so 0 would be fine. Negative 25 would be right here in the middle. That's 2. And we could go with any other amount. We could go here, around here. This would be 10 cents. So we just need 3. Okay. Now, for our second example, we are going to use a number line to order these numbers into croissant, meaning from smallest to biggest. So from least to greatest. All right. So let's start off by drawing just a number line here. And what we're going to do, we're going to place each number on the number line. So let's look at our numbers. The largest one is 2.5, biggest one is 3.2. So we can even do this. We can do jumps of 1. Let's say 1, this would be 2, 3 over here, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. And we can just place these numbers on the number line. So let's do it. Let's start with this one. So 35 cents. Where would that be? If this is a dollar, it would be about a third of the way. So this would be 35 cents right there. $2.50. That's half way through $2 and $3. So $2.50. 60 cents negative. So 60 cents would be around here, a little bit more than halfway. So 60 cents. $1.70 would be close to $2 and dollars. So $1.70 right here. Negative $3.20 would be right after $3 would be here. $3.20. $3.20. And here we have 6 repeated. So that means that 6 repeats. So it's a little bit more than 60 cents. It's 66 cents, so it'd be around here. That's a good approximation. So 6 repeated. Same thing for the next one, but the only thing here is they're all in fractional form. So I suggest to place them on the number line, I suggest that you change them into decimal. That'll be a lot easier to do. So let's change each of these into a decimal form. Let's start off with the easier ones, okay? So let's start off with this one. This is $1.25. So I'm going to write, we can do them, let's do them in order because I'm going to write all of them here in decimal form. So 3/8, that's tough. So 3/8, you have to figure out what 1/8 is. Well, if you don't know what 1/8 is, you know that 1/4 is 25 cents. 1/8 is half of the quarter. What's half of 25 cents? Well, you have at least 12 cents and you have half of another cent, so it's actually 125 thousandths. If you have 3 of those, it would be 300 and 3 times 25, 75. So 375 decimal, so thousandths, and it's negative. So this would be the first one. Now the second one, 5/9. Well, you know that you can if you can figure out what 1/9 is, you can figure out what 5/9. So 1/9. If you don't know what 1/9 is, that's fine. But you probably know what 1/3 is. It's 3 repeated. 33 cents. A ninth is a third of that. So what's a third of that? 1 repeated. Just divide that by 3. It gives you a ninth. A third, if I take a third and divide it in 3, I get a ninth. So that means that 5/9, if 1/9 is 1 repeated, then 5/9 would be 5 repeated. All right. Here I have 10 divided by 4, so I have 10 quarters. If you wish, 10 quarters. If I have 10 quarters, I'm going to get $2.50. $2, because it takes me 4 quarters to get $1, so I have 10 quarters, $10.50. Here I have $1.25, so that's $1. It's negative, $1.25. And here I have 7/10. I have 7 dimes. So how do you write 7/10? It's 0.7. And the last one, it's gonna make just gonna make a little bit more room for the last one. Just gonna shift this over here. So the last one is 8/3. All right, so I know 1/3 is 3 repeated, and here I have 3 goes in twice, so I have at least 2 and 2/3. So this is 2 and 2/3. 2/3 is 6 repeated. So now that I've changed them all into decimal form, I can easily place them on the number line. So my biggest one is 2 and 6 repeated, and my smallest one is 2 and half. So I'm just going to do the same thing as above. 0 in the middle, So get to 3 on each side. And then I'm just going to place each one. So negative $3.70, well, not $3, sorry, negative 375,000. So 375,000 would be just after zero, would be around a third of the way. So that's the negative 3/8 that would go here. Negative 3/8 right there. Second one was 5/9. So that's 55, 5 repeated. So 55 cents if you wish. It'd be like here, a little bit more than halfway. That's 5/9. Negative $2.50 would be around here. So this one is 10 quarters. This one here, the third one. So 10 quarters. Here, dollar, negative $1.20, so just about a quarter of the way after -1. These are all negatives, forgot my negatives. So this would be -1, -1 and 1/4. 7/10 would be here. 7/10. And 8/3 would be here. 8. There you go. So the idea is just to change them into a decimal and then place them on the number line. So third example, old croissant again from least to greatest number line. So same idea. I'm just going to make sure that they're all into decimal form before I get going. So a couple of them already are. I'm just going to change the ones that aren't. So this one here, 10/3. So 3/3. 3 goes in 3 times, and I got 1/3 left. So 3 and 3 repeated. And this one here, sevenths. So 1/7. If you take a dollar and you split it up into 7, you get about 14 cents. And a little bit of extra change, but that's a good approximation of a 7. So if I have 3/7, that's about 42 hundredths. And this one here, need to change that into a decimal as well. To the last one, that's 2/5. So 2/5 of a dollar is 40 cents. So it's 2.4, or 2 4/10. 2/5 is 4/10. So here we go, place that on number line. So the largest one is this one here in the negative side, so I have to go negative 3.4, and the largest one is this one here. So I'm going to, same idea, I'm going to go with 3, -3. Oh, 0 in the middle. So 1, 2, 3, -1. Don't forget my negatives this time. -2, -3. All right, so let's just place these 1 and so $1.13. Just to be right after $1, it'd be around here. $1.13, right about there. $3 and it's negative $3.30, 33 cents would be around here. So that's -10/3. This one here, negative $3.40, it'd be just after that one, it'd be around here. So negative 3.4. This one here is actually smaller. $2.77, it'd be here. $2.07 repeated. 3/7 is 42 cents. It'd be around here, almost halfway. So that's 3/7. And finally, negative $2.40. It'd be around here. 2 2/5. That's how you order numbers on a number line. Here's your practice. Make sure you check your word behind the book.